All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another discussion. Today I want to talk about goals, communication between client and coach, and how those two things interact and how they can be, how each of those can benefit when you start paying attention to both and make sure that both are a part of the relationship. So, client communication, coach communication, it's really important that, when you start working with a coach, you enter into that agreement with a certain sense of confidence and a certain sense of belief that that coach is there to help you the best that they can, and that anything that you share with that coach is confidential between you and the coach. Now, you have to earn the coach has to earn your trust over time and fulfill that mindset. But if you can come into the relationship with that predetermined and then really kind of stay as positive as you can toward those and use those as reminders to drive your accountability and to drive your interest to learn more about things that you're being taught, it's going to advance what you gain from that coach so much more than if that's not something that you are incorporating. Coach, if we go there for just a moment, coach got to be giving reinforcement and instilling into the client, building that confidence. Make sure you're giving really good feedback, appropriate, positive and negative when it's needed, and that you're honest with your client. And that's going to really help to help that client feel comfortable, and it's going to help that client open up more and more as they transition through their learning experiences with you. So I want to now just kind of hang out in the goals area for a moment and think about a few ways that you can be thinking about goals. And as a coach, this might be a great strategy for you as well. This is sort of how I've gotten myself to be fairly successful with new clients right off the get-go, forming that relationship, building that confidence, and really solidifying results early in the relationship so that that client feels empowered and they can continue to achieve their goals and not move on from you. Stick with you because it's comfortable and you're making progress. Okay, so when I break goals down, I have primary goals, I have secondary goals, then I have foundational goals. Now, a primary goal is what the client brings to you. So client, when you walk into your assessment, or if it's over the phone, virtual, however this begins, but when you start addressing your goals, it's very important that you don't come up with those when you show up. You've got to spend a little bit of time developing those goals on your own. Ideally, those are goals that maybe you've been thinking about for a few years, but they're goals that you have really revisited and given some deep thought about. What does it mean to you if you can achieve that goal? How long from now, a timeline, do you feel like you want to have that goal achieved by? Is your goal reasonable? Do you think it's maybe close to not reachable, very reachable? Kind of think about all these things. Start to form a relationship with some details, some things you may end up struggling with along the journey here as you search for these goals, because we're going to come back to those and think about positive, progressive mindsets and working against negative biases and growth mindset, and tie a lot of the other videos that we've already maybe had discussions about into these ideas with goals. So you come in, these are your goals. They're what you've decided. They're big goals generally. Big meaning our secondary goals are subsets, little tiny goals that are going to get you to your primary goal. So if you come in with like weight loss or strength gain or pain management, flexibility, these are like the most common 4 or so that I'm seeing. So you come in with those things and, we take each of those or one of those, whatever your goal is, and we start breaking it apart. We put little timelines in. We give you small goals that are going to lead you to hitting that goal. And we compare what you want, your primary goal, to what we're forming our secondary goals, which are your needs to get you to your primary goal. And we start having that conversation and making sure that we understand what these mean and building that range of understanding and accountability. So secondary goals are the subset goals, small goals that are going to help you get to your big goal. Well, if they're small goals, more than likely they're going to be easier to achieve. And if we can just continue to have small milestones, although setbacks happen, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, it's a real consistent part of most people's learning processes and changes toward their goals. But if we're always trending forward and we think more macro instead of micro, how's the last 3 months gone? How's the last year gone when we start stacking up quarters? Instead of, I didn't hit that goal, it's been a week, and having a short timeline mindset. These sub goals, these secondary goals are really going to drive that success. And it's the coach's responsibility to help manage you in those small goals, hold you accountable, whether they're meeting with you regularly or having, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, check-in calls, however that works. But they've got to hold you accountable and bring those goals to you. Make sure you know what's coming up when you have success. Congratulate you, but give you that next small challenge when you don't have success, because we're all bound to not have success. That coach should be there to help you talk through some of the head trash that we can get sometimes, and make sure they keep you moving on into these small little goals, and remind you that you get 2 or 3 or 4 small goals achieved, and you're taking bigger steps toward that big goal. That big goal takes time. So the coach has got to really manage you here through your secondary goals. And foundation goals. Now, foundation goals is maybe the most important when it comes to the client's accountability, self-accountability, learning. This is where I believe the client can gain the most from working with a coach, and that's the time in between when you're not with that coach. And so foundations would be the basics, the baseline exercises, drills, whatever it is, stretches, exercises, but the baseline information that the coach is going to teach you that will carry into almost everything, if not every single thing you do with that coach moving forward. So whether it's a strategy on how we're managing stress, considering stress or challenges, so some sort of mental exercise, or if it's for the body, a physical exercise, there are going to be strategies around how much you work out, when you rest, strategies around whatever your goals are. The coach has to be attentive here. They have to continue to support you just like they did in the secondary goals, but it's really you being autonomous, taking the information that you're learning when you are with that coach and revisiting it on your own, making sure that you completely understand your foundations. If you can't come into your interaction with your coach and be automatic with your foundations, every time we try to go and teach you and bring you further along, get you through that next secondary goal, or if you had some lack of success on one of your goals, more than likely we've got to do some learning there as well and revisit that challenge, understand why we didn't have success and what we can change to move forward on it. But your self-reflection, your ability to learn and then open up creative thinking, that's what happens along that learning process. The more we know, the more we understand, the more we can begin being creative and conceptualizing how other things can go. Now, for movement, it's endless, it's amazing. When it comes to the brain, who knows how many things that we can overcome. People achieve some of the most radical things with their bodies, but it's their brain that's driving them. So we look at both ends. Okay, foundation goals, they support everything. Secondary goals are the small pieces that get you to definitely succeed in your primary goals. It's your wants, it's your needs, and it is success at the bottom. You're gonna climb the mountain and you're gonna come on back down and reach your goals. This is a pretty powerful formula. If you haven't instilled any of these practices into your relationship with your coach or client, or coach with your clients, try some of this stuff out. I think you'll find it to be very helpful, whether you're just completely revamping your approach or kind of picking some of this or all of it and kind of integrating it into your model. Give it a go. Okay, y'all, hope this finds you and it's helpful. And if you have any questions, please leave some comments. Always looking forward to interact with y'all. And keep following along. We're going to continue to build out informational videos like this and ways to educate other coaches and also ways to educate the clients. The stronger relationship we can have between the two of us, the more you're going to gain. And that's what we're here for. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you soon. Stay active every day.